This starts now.
Putting a dip in your hip, a glide in your stride. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe, with shows throughout the week. Everything you want, everything you could need. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from the spiritual to the unknown, from emotions to comedy. You can find us at Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so much more. This is Rift Nation Network, the RNN. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
Hello. Sensitive, offensive content disclaimer, guys, from the Rift Nation Network is what we're going to be reading right now. Please note that this podcast may contain material that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violent, explicit language or controversial subjects. Triggering content, including discussions related to mental health, trauma, and or sensitive issues. Explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or our host use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we exercise discretion. If you find this content distressing, please consider skipping and seek alternative assistance. Hold on, I gotta take this thing off. Okay, there we go. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please consult a qualified expert. OMG. Yes. Hi. I was totally here and I kept calling Pixie Sue and I'm on the phone with her. And, there's a freaking sale at Barbie's and she had to go get some new clothes. So I don't know. So I guess I'm doing the show for her tonight. I don't know. So, fairies in their clothes and shoes and shiny things. She took off. So what we're going to do today, guys, I was having a little issues with the Pixie today. I couldn't get the head to move or the mouth to move. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? So you guys are stuck with me tonight. That's all right. Pixie will be back next week. So what I did is I actually did a monthly rune read to do the month. And I did it in two different ways. And I wanted to compare the two to see what happened. But before we get started, welcome everybody. This is Sue, the voice of Pixie Sue on Bag of Nuts, because I'm literally bat crazy. So, and the name kind of fit me. So I thought it was pretty cool. And welcome to the RNN Network. This is the Rift Nation Network. Welcome aboard, everybody. We have lots and lots of shows. Don't forget, after me tonight, and I will be going very fast tonight. After me tonight, we have Mystic Mayhem, Miss Lisa. Yeah, Lisa's on tonight, guys. You don't want to miss that show. They're at 9:30. It's pretty awesome, and we'll definitely talk about the other shows. Anybody that hasn't noticed, we have this awesome YouTube link up. Oh my God, I love this. So go over to YouTube and literally get a like, subscribe, hello, do the same thing over on Facebook. Go over to the main channel, because if you are on the group channel right now, we won't be able to see you. So come on over. This is going to be a lot of fun tonight to check this out. So what I did for you guys, okay, is I did a rune read. I want to say hello, Donna. Hello, Linda. Hello, Michelle. And thank you so much to Renee for sharing me out. And I did some sharing out, and I really appreciate that. So, well, hello, Donna Wallace. Oh, wow, Wallace. That was my father's name. Except it was his first name. So you guys will be dealing with me tonight. So the first thing that you're going to see up is you're going to see the runes. Okay. And in this particular read, what we do is I do a 5-pull read. I did this earlier so this way I could get the pictures up so we can play Pictionary. You like playing Pictionary? I like Pictionary. It's fun. Okay. Anyways, I'll stop sooner or later. Probably not. All right. So past influence is the first card we're going to be looking at. Then we're going to be looking at present influencers. Then current situation. Then action we need to take, and then the outcome. Now, this is for the month, the entire month. Now, I did the same thing with numerology. So we're going to compare the two today and have a little fun, because I know Lisa comes on, and I want to make sure Lisa and Lisa had plenty of time and they don't have to worry about saying, oh my God, I gotta rush, let's go. So, and hopefully they're not with Pixie Sue picking up clothes at the Bobby shop. I don't know. Women. Now I wonder what the heck she's going to wear. I mean, she's got a dress and a nice shirt, but no, it's not good enough. So, yeah, I forget it. I just let her do a thing tonight. So, what we're talking about right now, number one is Kenna's. Okay. Now, it's in the past influencers. What we're talking about for the month of March as what has influenced us in our past. Okay, this is our past, what has influenced us. And there's a little write-up over here. Okay, and I'm going to go into a little bit more of a discussion if the hair ever stops going in my face. The hat isn't working. What's up, man? How you doing? Yeah. Peace. Okay. All right. So what we're talking about right now is Kenaz. Now, Kenaz deals a lot with like fire and knowledge. Okay. So our past influencer, it's what influenced us in the past month or the past few months is what it is. Okay. So what we were really working on was gaining insight and gaining knowledge, enhancing our learning experience, also dealing with raising energy and passions. And again, lighting a beacon. That's probably where I got beacon in the dark, is get us. So lighting a beacon, which means that we were a beacon for a lot of individuals out there, helping individuals, putting our good front out, which is really good. So again, and as it says up here, is Kenos is the rune of discovering your true personality and ego will reach your goals. So don't give up and don't get distracted. Now, a lot of us were not giving up, and this is our past influences. We weren't giving up. We weren't going to let it go. We were going to find a way to do it. So we had that drive and that strive to be able to move forward. And again, in order to understand the direction we're going, we always have to understand the past. Okay. This isn't as good as Joni's astrology, but I still like it. So yay. But yes, Joni's very gifted astrologist. All right. So, and this is what it is. It's going to bring that light, and the light is starting to shine. So in the past, we had this beautiful light that started to shine like you wouldn't believe, and it kept coming and coming and coming. We were building all kinds of strong things in the past, strong relationships, strong bonds. And again, relationships doesn't necessarily mean a relationship between a man and a woman. Sometimes it means our work relationships, our work-related relationships, or building friendships, or it's just building relationships in general. And that's what we were working on. We were working on building the strong ones, so to speak. We were cleaning our closet, is the easiest way to put it. Okay. And discovering our true selves in the past, sometimes we have to let go of things that are not for our highest and best good. And that's what it is. If it's not for our highest and best good, it's time to let it go. And that's what we were looking on, kind of like a clearing out, is what we were doing. Now, the next card we're going to be looking at has to do with our present influencers. Now, everybody understand that. Everybody understood what was happening as far as our past influences, okay, and what was influencing us in the past. Okay, we're going to compare the two. I thought this would be pretty interesting. And next week we'll go back into the readings again, and I will find a general question and do a full read on someone. So I'll have to come up with another question. And of course, as always, I don't want the right answer. I want the most outrageous answer you can find to the question. That's usually the winner. I love my coffee. Hot, cold, ice, I don't care. All right, so what we're getting into now is number 2. Number 2, of course, is our present influencer. What we are influenced by now in this month and what is happening. So, hello, Miss Donna. So, this is Menas, okay? And again, it's pronounced Man-Nas. You just kind of separate it right down the middle there. And of course, what it talks about is Menas, which means mankind. Here, everything revolves around the human being. Closely linked to this is our own destiny. With every decision we make, we either move toward our destiny or away from it. Now, right now in the present, what we want to do is we want to move toward our destiny, our destination, where we're going, how we're lighting things up, how we're expanding our heart, how we are helping the world by becoming more in tuned with it, more meshed, so to speak. Okay. So, and again, I've got notes all over the place, and you guys normally see the Pixie look down, but now you see me look down here. So, what we're dealing with this month, our present influences, is achieving personal growth. What exactly is personal growth? It's when you choose to let go of negativity, negative habits, negative thoughts, or challenges, which some people call mistakes, but the challenges we faced and heal, or as Keith says, shadow work. Yes, I'm mentioning most of the people on the network here tonight. So he does a lot of shadow work. That's literally getting rid of things that kind of no longer serve us. Okay. This is what we're working on. We're working on individuality, our individuality, but we're also working on members of our community at the same time. These are the things that are going to influence us this month. Our individuality of who we are, our personal growth, but also the growth as a community or as a network or the soul tribe, soul family. Like the RNN is a soul family for me. Okay. And then I have an extension in another part, and we all have these. So, what it is, it's just allowing yourself to grow, to let go of things that you did no longer need. And again, responsibilities, family, social. This is what I just talked about. Awareness of yourself, awareness of you as an individual, who you are, where you want to get to, where you want to go. Menas helps you with this, okay? It gives you that rationality of thought, that rationality of having the ability to move forward, because that's what we were working on. We were working on the building blocks toward the direction that we need to head into. So Menas is going to help us with that. Okay. Now, current situation. Not so good news here, people. Sorry. Now, in the current situation, some runes are upside down, some are right side up, depending on the cast of the runes. And this does happen. Now, what we're talking about right now is Enna's, excuse me. Ooh, wow. The pronunciation of some of these. Enzeus. Okay. Just think of Zeus, the god. It's Enzeus, is what it is. Okay. And again, it means Odin. This is basically this particular rune. In this case, this rune is reversed, and this is the current situation of what it is that we may be dealing with. Okay. That's what it's talking about. Okay. That's what we are actually reading right now. Okay. So, what we need to be on the lookout for, okay, is a lack of information. Now, 2 months ago, we were really trying to get as much information out, but maybe some of us are becoming distracted and not getting the correct information or not putting the correct information out there. We need to work on finalizing it and listen to our peers or our mentors or our healers and help just one literally absorb it and allow it to come in so you can make an informed judgment for yourself. Because what's happening is they're saying that what's happening this month is some of us will have clouded judgment. And that has to do with not who we are, or those are as individuals. This all has to do with communication. Every single part of this has to do with communication. We are not communicating correctly, or things get misunderstood. So this month, guys, literally this month, current situation, watch communication. Make sure that your communication, whether it's written or verbal, okay, is literally double check it. Because let me tell you something. I've done the talk to text, okay, and literally laughed my butt off when I looked at what the heck the talk to text says, because it doesn't offend me. I know it doesn't understand my East Coast accent. I have no issue with that. But some others might. Some others might have an issue with that. So be very careful as far as communication. And again, listen to all the advice around you before you make a decision. Because what's going to happen is you will end up with some bad advice if you don't cross your T's, dot your I's, and make sure things are going in the direction that you want to. So pay attention, repay attention, recheck your facts, okay? So keep going and going and going. And this month, this is what we need to look out for. Okay, according to the rune cast, this is what we need to look out for. Hey, Mr. Odell. Yeah, Pixie Sue was running late. She's over at the Barbie doll shop picking up some new clothes. So she couldn't make it today. So I filled in for her. Don't worry, I got it. But she'll be back when she ever gets done shopping. All right, so watch our judgment. Don't judge until we have what? The facts. Okay? So, and don't just listen to one person's advice. Search everybody out. Literally. And if you're the type that likes those readings or those things, literally get a rune read, get an astrology read, get a psychic read, get a medium read, compare your notes to make sure that you're making the right decision for you. That's what this card is when it's in reverse, because it's a wisdom card. So use your inner wisdom, use your inner vision. Okay. So that's your current situation. Now, because we are dealing with we need to listen to each other. Yeah, the one thing you guys don't see a lot is I talk with my hands. I swear, and I'm not Italian. I don't know what it is. I talk with my hands. So what we're dealing with now is the action. Hello, Monica S. The action that we need to take Hello, Miss Kelly Carell. Oh, you had to work late? Right now, we're doing the monthly rune read, and then we are talking numerology. And then, if I have time, I will throw a few readings out, except I cannot run over. We have Mystic Mayhem after me tonight. So, yeah, Pixie Sue was shopping at the Barbie doll store, so I don't ask. So, we just let her go. So, the next room we're actually going to be talking about is the action we need to take to help ourselves get to our outcome, our destination. Okay. So, this is what we need to talk about. So, this one is, it's literally a birch tree, which is known as Birkenau. Okay. The rune is called Birkenau, and it represents a tree, a birch tree. Now, birch trees in Viking mythology are sacred. Okay, so we're talking about renewal, inspiration, new beginnings, anything that inspires things, new beginnings. Okay, like when you get a tarot card reading and say the death card comes out, that does not mean death. That means a new beginning. So what it means is the death of the old thinking and the beginning of the new way is what it is. So, this is a good time. What we need, the action we need to take is we need to work on our spiritual rebirth, rebirthing who we are, a spiritual rebirth, the rebirth of us, how we feel about ourselves. When we look in the mirror, what are the things about ourselves we don't like? Let it go. Because if this world all looked the same, it would be boring. It would be so boring. So, not everybody can look the same. Not everybody can act the same. We're all different. We're individuals. That's what makes the world so wonderful. So, we need to work on nurturing, not just others, but nurturing ourselves too. Take that time for ourselves, gain that knowledge, nurture ourselves, buy a new book. I mean, literally, you can go to I can go to a bookstore and have a field day. I'll tell you. But it is what it is. You do what you can. You can find information online too if you can't afford to constantly hit the bookstore. Look online. You could do a lot of searches, and you could find the information and take notes. Okay, and that's what we need. We're also building our creativity. Okay, that means what we need to work on, the actions we need to take because of the upside down. Okay, because of the upside down card, the actions we need to take is rebirthing, new birth, new way of thinking, new way of looking at things. Hello, Kendra Maynard. New way of looking at things, new way of doing things, letting go of the old way of thinking, feeling. Let it go. Start new, start fresh. As I've said to you guys before, when we have an issue and we do something individuals will consider wrong or incorrect or right, or even we know, oh my God, that was so awful. I can't believe I did that. I made a big, what do they say, mistake. Question: did you learn from it? Did you grow from it? Did you forgive yourself and state that I faced a challenge and I won? You beat it. You beat this challenge. You won this challenge. And that is what it's about. Okay, so literally, guys, we want around us, and this is exactly what it is. We're shredding all our own skin, just like a snake, rebirthing ourselves, rebirthing a part of our soul, our insides, a part of who we are. That's what Birkenau is doing for us. This month, we have that chance to let go of the negativity, the judgment, the, oh my God, I gotta hide, I gotta do, I can't go out, I can't do it. Let it go. Allow yourself to build up to who you are. Literally, plant those seeds. The soil is fertile, is what they're saying. And again, we're talking, these runes came around in ancient times. So their terminology can be used for today. When they're talking planting seeds, Okay. And they're saying the soil is good for the planting seeds. It's going to be a good harvest season. So what happens? You're putting the work in. You know that there's some knowledge that you require and you need. And there are some things in order for you to get back that you are going to get there. You are going to get to it. So allow yourself to shred that old way of thinking and start fresh, start new. Oh my God, I just had a flash of a conversation I had with Howie today. Okay, so I guess start fresh, start new, because that's what it's about. Let go of the old way of thinking. Allow yourself to expand. Okay, this is what we need to work on this month. Yes. Now the outcome. Take another swig of coffee. Take another swig of coffee. All right. So the outcome of all of this, put the work in, do what we need to do. Okay. What we have is the gas. Okay. It's not, there's no D in this. The gas. I just had another conversation with somebody 5 minutes ago. I know, it's hilarious. It's like we had this conversation. I did a random rune reading just to see what this month, what the month has in store, and it's like, oh my God, yep, spirit is talking to me through the runes, which is awesome. That means I finally established a connection. So that's good. And it's okay to say that, you know, you worked at it, you did it, and that's pretty awesome. Hi, baby. Yeah, everybody gets to see my baby now. Fresh and straight ahead. And that's exactly it. So let's find out what the income is going to be, because now what we're talking about is Dagas. Okay. And Dagas, okay, has to deal with yin and yang. Okay. What we're talking about is reversing the energy of a situation. So if we were dealing with the negativity in the beginning, what we were dealing with the present influences or the past influences, and we're not working, or in the current situation, if we have that upside down rune, we're going to be able to reverse it. So if we've had a run of the way things aren't exactly going the way we want, if we continue to move forward, continue to push, continue to learn, continue to go in that good direction, we're going to be what? Balancing the forces. Yeah. Not only will we have more balance, we're also going to bring around that change that we want and we desire. Okay. We're going to have what is known as our self transformation. That's what we're going to have. And that's pretty awesome. That really is bringing about change, balancing forces, revising our energy, bringing that spark back into who we are, into our life, into our essence. That's what it is. That's what we're doing. Yeah. May I ask a question? You sure may. That is your monthly rune read. Okay. Now, and again, this is your runes, is what we're talking about. The next thing we're going to get into is we're going to talk a little bit about the astrology, is what it is. The return to tattoo, the return to the interconnection, whole, and unit can only be accomplished if dualistic. Oh my God, let me pop this up. Okay, return to the Teo is the return to in connection. The whole thing in unity can only be accomplished if dualic thoughts are abolished and acts are conducted naturally and spontaneously. Let's see, counter what? Okay, counter. Okay, there's more. Okay, Taoism. Excuse me. Taoism is thought as an empty, soft, and spontaneous, and likewise should be the action without the interface or intervention of dualic, intelligent, intuitive, and adaptive to a situation. Yes, okay, so there's more. Hold on, guys. All right, now action, thought, non-acting, it can be considered as creative passively, resulting from the attitude of letting it happen, results, consequences as well. Okay, hold on. One more. The approach of nonviolence and the lack of resistance. Yeah, I'm not really sure I understand that. Can you dumb me that down? Spirit talks at a whole nother level. Howie talks in that intellectual level. And I'm like, what? Huh? Did you say something? And yeah, I shut me off rather than that. Oops. So, and I think I kind of understand what you're trying to say. Did you just say what I said, but in intellectual terms? Because, dude, I just like, no. Call me a blonde. I am. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. Yeah, I don't have an intellectual spirit. I'm sorry. I have a lot of goofballs, as you can see. So what we're gonna do now, because like I said, I do have Lisa coming right after this show, and Pixie Sue is off shopping in the Barbie doll factory. So got to give the girl her space when she shops. So what I did for you guys is I also wanted to compare, and this is something I've been doing because I get the random numbers in my head. So I wanted to compare what the spirits were saying in runes, okay, through the energy, through spirit, to what the numerology meaning is of this month. Yes, we should allow things to flow and not react to action. Yes, for the reaction may cause an unneeded conflicts. Yes, yes. So all that, what he said was that. Yeah, I know. Next time I want to shop with you know. Yeah, she's going to the Barbie doll store. She wanted a pair of jeans. She wanted a new shirt, and she was having a conniption fix. She couldn't find the right pair, so I just told her to go ahead and shop tonight, and I'll see her next week. I'll tell you. So I have to fill in for her again. Women in there shopping. I only get caught in a yarn store, right, babe? All right. So numerology for this month. What I did was I took the month, which is 3, and the year, which is 2024, not the date. So day to day in numerology, things will change. But I looked it up and I researched it and I did all the addition. Don't worry, it was done with a calculator. You're safe. We're safe. Okay. So the number 2, that's what the number of this month is. And again, not individual days, but the entire month as a whole, which is the March 2024. We're dealing with a number 2. Okay. So, and number 2 is, and again, the number 2 between the numbers, if this would ever stop blowing. Yeah, you can go shop, but you get the deal all the time on little shoes and little hats and everything. She's always shopping that one. All right. So, and again, when we're dealing with numerology, we deal from the numbers 1 to 9. Okay. There are other numbers, but the base numbers are 1 to 9. Like there are 7 major chakras, but there are so many other chakras in our system that we can get into and deal with, but base is what we're dealing with. So, and again, we deal with its single digits, which has its own meaning, personality traits that actually gives us clues and how the number actually affects our life. So that's why I wanted to do this. Let's see. Now in numerology, and again, when we were doing a chart, you're going to notice symbols within your life. Like things might come in twos because the number, the message in this particular month is the number 2. Oh, we're making good time. I might be able to throw in a few readings, guys. All right. What is the definition of 2 in numerology. Well, let's see. Not 1, but 2. Not 3, but 2. No, okay. The number 2 is known to numerologists as the supreme feminine force. Retro Shaggy. One that represents both grace and power. It's a cooperative, always aiming to bring peace and balance back into a relationship or a situation. I didn't read this yet. So the balance of the rune and the balance in the number 2, that's matching up. This is pretty interesting. So in numerology, this number in numerology is also very sensitive, hence the communication issue. Son of a gun, what do you know? Okay, hence the communication issues. All of the numbers has a very strong intuition. It is actually able to sense current feelings instinctively. Then they use clues to connect with others empathically. So feelings, hurt feelings, okay? Miscommunication and hurt feelings. That's what we're talking about right now. Now, it's actually at the core, the number 2 actually represents partnership, the coming together or balancing of 2 or more individuals. Okay, concepts or things or ideas. Hello, Melissa. While it actually holds great power over any situation, okay, it wields with it such a diplomacy and tact that it results in not to control and authority, but harmony and teamwork. This is what we need to work for. Hello, Crossover Paranormal Society. We need to work on teamwork, okay? That's the indicator for this month. Now, it is actually a mediator between. It's able to see both sides of the situation. Okay. So now it's a way to actually guide others down the middle road. Okay. So think about it. If there is a miscommunication, especially in a group, there's bound to be tons of miscommunications in a group. So, and you have this side and this side, don't take either. I'll show them the middle road. Show them a way to connect the two down the middle road, because that seems to be the theme of the month. Hello, Jennifer. Hello, Melissa. Now, there are strengths and weaknesses in these numbers. Okay, so this month, the number 2 in numerology, that's what we're actually talking about, this strength and weaknesses. So the strength of the number 2, of course, is intuitive. On a very deep level and subconscious level, this number can actually pick up on energies that cannot be seen and only felt. This trait actually allows numbers to be instinctively aware of feelings, thoughts, hopes, and fears of others haven't been expressed. Then use them as opportunities to actually offer support, compassion, and partnership. Okay. Now, unifying. And again, this number can also be very unifying. The number 2 is a peacemaker that is nearly aware of the values of compromise and working together. Okay. Now, its diplomacy is actually it's dealing, because to be anything else would actually create imbalance. So the key for this month is to balance. Balance out yin and yang. Even when up against controversial energies, okay, this number of this influence of this particular number will help give you guys the ability to balance, okay, which is awesome. Okay, it actually can start a joining together, merging of ideas, a little from here, a little from there. Think of it this way: if you've ever, whether you've been in an office or you've actually had a meeting in an office, you've seen it on TV. It's a merging of ideas. Everybody throws ideas out and in order to get to one common goal. So you might take a little from here, a little from there, a little from there, a little from here in order to get into the direction that you want. Now, number 2 is also an influencer. Okay. The 2 holds tremendous amounts of power over a situation in a relationship, love, or otherwise, but handles it so carefully that its influence can almost go undetected. It's like working behind the scenes. No one sees it happening, but the results are undeniable. Okay. It does not have to be to push or use a force with others because its incredible ability to compromise, cooperation influences them and it follows their guidance. Now, that's the good news. You know, with me, there's always something. There's weaknesses. This is what we were talking about earlier when we were talking about the runes. We were talking about Feiyu. Let me pop that up. Feiyu was the one that was, upside down. So it's not wisdom in this one, even though it's the rune of Odin. It's still not necessarily wisdom that we're actually talking about right now. Now, there's weaknesses in number 2. Okay. Now, indecisiveness is one of them. Now, in an effort to always stay in the middle, the number 2 has a hard time seeing bias, which makes it difficult to make decisions, both large and small. This is the negative part. Okay. When its performance cannot be identified one or the other way, this number will actually get stuck in an intersection. Do we understand what that means? It means that we're stuck. Like we have this idea, we're stuck. We can't figure out how to get it together. So we're literally stuck in that crossroads of going forward and the idea is coming. We're stuck right in that intersection. We don't know where to go. This is the negative part of the number 2 in numerology, which is for the month of March. Another issue with the number 2 is easily hurt. We've talked about that miscommunication. And this deals with Feiyu as far as like wisdom and visionary. Things are going to be a little upside down. Okay, so now they drive to, and again, easily hurt. The drive to instill harmony within itself and within others is so strong that even the slightest irk or insult can throw the number 2 off balance and into a world of hurt. Miscommunication. That's what we talked about that. We talked about the miscommunication that's going to happen. Okay, so it's going to throw it into a world of hurt. There are very sensitive energies that we're dealing with here in the number 2. After everything, it actually puts into creative unity anything that threatens to work against these efforts, feeling especially too painful for number 2. So number 2 will withdraw, is what they will do. They will withdraw. Now, the other issue is unassertiveness. Unassertiveness. This is going to be the happen. Now, number 2 is stuck in the middle, right? They can't seem to get it. So they can't seem to assert because they want to balance. They want to peacemake. So they can't seem to get them both together or get the 2 to say, look, you guys need to sit down, shut up, and we're all going to figure this out. You need to be assertive. Now, the issue is the unassertiveness, as we're talking about. The number 3 will actually put its own needs aside in order to keep the peace. Don't do it. Okay. More passive than aggressive, more passive than assertive. It may stay in an unpleasant situation for far too long. I'm sure all of us have actually done that. Okay. Now, what happens is we're going to quietly struggle to make it better on its own instead of being part of the group. So we need that communication is the key to keep the communication open. Listen to everybody's ideas, throw everybody's ideas together. Like, okay, all right, so we want this, 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 and this. How do we get that all together? And the more heads we have thinking about this, the better off we actually are. All right. So, and again, if you stay in the situation too long, it will often choose its current experience over a new or a different path. So, even if you are in a negative situation, which you really shouldn't be around negativity, negativity is not good to be around. Okay, we need to let go of that. We need that rebirth, that knowledge, that shedding the skin. That's what we need to work on. So, number two, or of course, in the numerology, the number two is warning us that we need to really take a look before we have these miscommunication, mishurt feelings. Okay, we don't want that. You know, it's like going up to someone in this particular month and just lightly, like cracking a joke, and all of a sudden this person thought you was serious. Oh, and then heads roll because everything is going way out of control. And we don't want that. We want things to be balanced, but yet we still have to learn to be assertive without being over assertive. And I know that's a difficult situation, especially when number two is more of the peacemaker, more of keeping things balanced and unassertive. So we need to be just a little more assertive. We need to push a little more, but don't push to the point where you're shoving everybody away. You don't want to do that. You want to keep that soul tribe with you. So you just have to figure out how to get everybody, so to speak, is what Mr. Odell says, on the same page. I understand that almost like putting my foot in my mouth. God, you know how many times I've done that? Yeah. What's sorry, COS? What are you sorry for? They're not on our page? Crossover Paranormal Society. So, yep. So that's what it is that we're actually talking about right now. Okay, so the main focus of this month, guys, is what? Balance. We need to maintain a balance. We need to understand that hurt feelings are not. I'm sorry. I'm not doing very good at this tonight. Oh, I said evening CPS, or was it COS? Yeah, see, hurt feelings, hurt feelings. That's okay. I said crossover paranormal society. So you got them both covered. So pretty much you got them both covered. So no worries. See, you have to learn to laugh a little. All right. I have time just for a couple, and I'm going to pick the people that have been listening and following since the beginning. So that's what I'm going to do is listen. So hopefully you guys enjoyed and have a little insight and order something you can do to assist and to help yourself. So maintain that balance, watch the communication. That's going to be, it can be even be said as speaking of the paranormal, that's where you can have the most miscommunication. Literally, sometimes a residual energy of negativity will appear as a negative spirit. Again, miscommunication. So it can be taken in many different aspects. I just figured I'd help you out there. So, all right. So now let's see. I have a couple people that have been here since the beginning, and we are going to take a look and see if they would like a read first. If I have time, guys, I will. If not, I will see you next week for reads. Okay. So we have Michelle Caps and Linda Nielsen are right off the bat. They are first. So if you two would like a reading, and don't forget, guys, as I'm shuffling up here, remember to like, subscribe, and follow. the RNN Network. You will find us, which is Rift Nation Network. You'll find us on YouTube and Facebook. I've also downloaded some shows to Spotify and also Spotify for podcasters. I download our most favorite shows there. So that's a pretty awesome thing. And pretty soon we will have a sponsor video coming out. So pay attention to that. It'll probably be on Facebook and YouTube. Help out those individuals that do sponsor the RNN Network, which is pretty awesome thing. So welcome to our sponsors there. That's something Howie announces. I just put in the mention. And don't forget, right after my show tonight at 9:30, we have Mystic Mayhem with Lisa. It reminds me of a song that I actually heard. You know, Lisa. Lisa. That was a singer. I can't remember the name of the song she sang, but I loved it. Anyways, the girls, Lisa, are on tonight, first Tuesday of every month. And then I'm not sure if what's going down is on this Wednesday or not, but that's a Wednesday show. Fridays is Beacon in the Dark. That'll be Marcy and me. We're going to be doing a lot of sound healing, sound bowls, flute, drumming, everything, you name it. We want to build a lot of positive energy coming up at the beginning of this month to help maintain the balance. That's what we're going to be doing this week. Let's see, Paranormal Outlaws are on every other Saturday, I'm pretty sure. And of course, the Orion Effect with Mr. Odell himself. Don't forget about that. And Mondays, we have Mystery Behind the Scenes with Miss Joni, who I like to call the Astrology Queen. Even if she doesn't like to be called that, I still call her the Astrology Queen because she's really good at what she does. And then, of course, we have Keith Ottersberg and Otterstead. And he's very interesting. It's done a lot of different shadow work as well. Also, I think he does paranormal. I'm not sure. So literally, guys, stay tuned. There's always something for somebody. On this station, there is always something for somebody. All right, Miss Linda Nielsen. Let's see what we got here. Oh, honey. You need to get rid of negativity around you right now. 9. They're saying 9. No. All right. So you have a lot of chaotic energy around you. And again, it will cause miscommunications, unbalancedness. It's almost like something is coming down, but it's not going to stay down long. It's like you lose power, but just before your freezer gets warm and you lose your meat, it goes back on. That's the only way I could think of explaining it. Okay. So there is chaotic energy coming in towards you. So you need to keep an eye on that. Okay. If they're saying, thank you very much. They're saying that if you keep an eye out for the chaos that's coming in towards you, and you recognize it before it comes too close, you're going to be able to pretty much Wonder Woman that sucker. Yeah, you'll be able to get that sucker back where it goes, and it's not going to be as bad as it would have been. So that's pretty awesome. You also have very loyal individual around you, somebody that always has your back, listens to you, listens to your opinions, lets you vent. So it's a pretty awesome situation. So this individual is 33. 33 could be considered 6 in numerology, but for some reason 33 is important. And I don't have my numerology book out. I got to learn to keep these things with me. All right, so I don't see a new beginning coming from you. So I do understand that things will be getting better. I understand. I almost yes, almost like that. Almost like putting your foot in your mouth. Yes. So, and I just read that comment now. I'm sorry. There's 2 different feeds of the comments. So, all right. So you are going to be able to, hope and dream again and bring things to light that will be positive. Sometimes the chaotic energy helps us clear things out that no longer serve us. It's like cleaning out a closet, so to speak. That's going to be something that helps you out. You get that closet clean, get everything done out of the way. And like, do I even wear this? You know, I've had something in my closet for 3 years and I've never put it on. Why do I have it? It's taking up space. Does it make me happy to keep it there? Why do I have it? Why do I want it? You know? Or it's like I've got 5 different spatulas. Well, I need this one for that one for this one for that. But I use them. But that shirt that's been sitting in my closet for 3 years, I don't use. That's the time you need to get rid of it. If you are over on the Facebook group, okay, we will not be able to see your names. I do apologize. I just see hello, everyone, and it's a Facebook user. I do apologize for that. All right, so let's see. Next up, and again, I only have so much time because, like I said, Lisa is right after me. It's Lois. Hi, Lois. So Melissa Caps, if you are here, I do have time to read you. And Donna, I do have time to read you too. So, yeah, we do need different spatulas. Some are for the pans that are nonstick. Some are for the cookies, okay? And others for other things. So that's important. You're welcome, honey. So those are the names I have. So I've called your name. Please come forward. I got about 6 minutes left for the show. And I do have Miss Lisa coming on right after me. And I want to make sure that I give them plenty of time to do their warm-up. If I called that name, come on down. Take a quick sig. I got 6 minutes left, guys. So as I call the names, please come on down. I have a little bit of time next week. We can get into more detailed readings. Also, guys, for the month of May, I want readers for every Tuesday of the month of May. I have a lot of dental work coming, so I will still be doing the show. Don't know if I'll be reading correctly, and I am adamant. So if anybody is on a reader, please have them send a message over to the Rift Nation Network. Let them know that you're interested in being a guest on Bag of Nuts. And I can always tell Pixie Sue to go shop if they don't want to do it with Pixie Sue. No problem. So let's see. Who else do we have here? Okay, Miss Lois Clark is over on YouTube. Yes, YouTube. YouTube is awesome. All right, I got time for one more. So let's see. I don't see Michelle, so she was on first. All right, so let's see who else. All right, so Melissa. All right, so Melissa, let's give you a quick read, hon. And then that's it for the night, guys. Sorry. I do have Lisa right after the show, and I really wanted to get the astrology and the numerology out. Okay, so Melissa, you do have a lot of water energy right now. This isn't a rapid river. This is a smooth river, which is really good because your earth energy is a little off. If you're feeling tired, I want you to ground, literally. I know somebody mentioned this, literally. Might have been on Howie's show I was watching. Hug a tree if you got to. Walk around barefoot. Get next to a potted plant. Root yourself. Ground yourself. You need that energy, and that's your energy center is the earth. So you need to get more contact with the earth. And if you can't be with the earth, literally just imagine your feet have roots on it like a tree and put it down to the earth. But it actually works better the closer that you are to Mother Nature. You can also keep a potted plant upstairs with earth from the ground if you can't get outside. That'll be something that helps. But there's a lot of beauty around you. 4s, okay? You have the number 4, the number 40. I'm not sure what the number 4 represents right now, but I know that 4s are very lucky. So keep an eye out for 4s for you. That's going to be something that's coming into you that's kind of lucky. A 3 is not so much, but the 4s are. For some reason, the 4s are what's going to bring the beauty back in to the situations, that you've been talking about. I'm not sure who that was. Okay, so hello. All right, guys, that's kind of it for me tonight. I do have another show coming up. I will see you next week on Bag of Nuts, and hopefully Pixie Sue is done shopping at the Barbie doll store shop. I just couldn't get her out of there today. I was like, girl, I gotta go. I got a show. You got a show. She goes, I'm shopping. It's like, oh my God. What a girl. All right, guys, I will see you Friday. And remember, peace. Okay, I love you all. If you have not heard that today, I genuinely do. I genuinely love you all. And I wish all of you guys the world's best luck. Remember your communication this month, okay? So I'm going to say peace and say good night.